So what do you think about Canada so far?
I was actually in shock.
Right. You mentioned immigrants, right? Like, do you think...
Immigrant from where? We all live on Earth. Well, immigrant from a different
Oh, that's
Earth?
true, that's true.
Dude, am I an immigrant?
That's a good one.
Please come over and make some music.
So many people feel like Canada has so many troubles and living costs is going like over the roof and so many things are happening. Do you think they have a valid point? Is it really that bad?
No. Things were a little bit complicated earlier, but that got into, well, it was people basically pulling strings, using you know, methods that have been used for a long time, like blackmail and extortion and whatnot.
Right.
That's why if you look around this place, I don't know if you haven't been here too long, but there's a lot of construction.
Yeah. I think it's quite
Insane amount of construction.
Yeah, I've seen construction
it's
everywhere.
almost like someone's found a lot of money under the mattress. You know?
Right.
'Cause I don't want to, like, I'm just speculating here, but it seems like we were just like, we had a bunch of holes in our bucket and the water was spilling out of it and we had to plug the holes essentially. Because we're, well, and that gets into the whole COVID thing too. And, it gets into people being so comfortable, it gets into CIA trauma-based mind control essentially.
Right.
So it's like, people who have super easy lives don't usually think about other people because they've never had to think about anything. You know what I mean?
And there's like so many people saying that, oh, I'm leaving Canada, or oh, I've left Canada. I was a citizen of Canada and I've left because things are not moving. Maybe they say they've sold their houses, they've sold everything, and they just left. What do you think is pushing them away? From your own personal...
It gets into the life script, and like that's why I was talking to some people complain about immigrants coming here, and I'm like, oh, you guys really don't know how this place works at all. Like literally, it's bringing different views and different food, culture in itself. The fact that we're having this conversation, you traveled around a lot. It's like a school, and like we're all teachers and students teaching and learning from each other.
Right.
If we all just get segregated in their own little boxes, and or even old neighborhoods and stuff like that, and just completely separated, and no one brushes shoulders with each other, then it's us and them.
That's true.
It's an us and them situation. It's like, no, it's just us. Or we.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what all this is about. And that's what the pandemic and all that stuff was there's a lot to it. But basically, there's a wake-up call for people to kind of start getting their act together. Because, like I mentioned earlier, we have advanced technologies, you know what I mean? We can cure cancer, no problem.
Yeah.
We can reverse aging. Like I said, from where I'm standing and the technology that I am aware of, that we in fact have, I can explain exactly how it works. It is exactly like a video game to us, essentially. Like, we could make things just up here.
Right.
Oh yeah, we can do whatever we want. Literally anything.
So everything is possible.
Literally, the word impossible, it says I'm possible. I saw that at the dollar store in a book.
Right.
Impossible, I am
possible.
I am possible.
Right.
It's funny.
That's a funny
It's all
one.
possible, but it comes down to your perspective and what you believe is possible.
You mentioned immigrants, right? Like, do you think...
Immigrant from where? We all live on Earth. Well, immigrant from a different Earth?
That's true.
Dude, am I an immigrant?
That's a good one.
I'm not exactly human or whatever, or a little bit different, you know?
Yeah, we are all immigrants, that's true.
We're either all immigrants or none of us are.
Yeah, that's true.
If we're all immigrants, then none of us are.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so do you feel like people who have left other countries to Canada, they contribute positively?
Absolutely. 100%.
Right.
100%. Definitely.
And what do you think can be done to make the situation here in Canada better, to reduce the rate of immigration, like to reduce the number of people leaving Canada? What do you think can be done to make it better?
Management of energy and resources, something
Right.
like that. And it's people's insecurities. People are worried they're not going to have enough money. It's like, it almost comes down to lack of faith.
Right.
I mean, some people it comes down to it's not even their fault either. They've had the way
the
their life has
bills.
gone, they're worried to even help people almost, you know what I mean? Because they need to, it's like every man for himself kind of thing.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like,
true.
nah. Like, we're getting out of that. We are, because in the timeline that we're facing, it could either be a wipe and reboot, which is exactly what it sounds like, and terraforming. That's the biblical flood starting all over again kind of thing. And we're not going to do that. The whole reason I can say this is, well, I don't have my phone in my pocket right now, but cell phones. We're one of the most important things, getting people to be able to use cell phones, because that is access to a parallel dimension, is what it is.
Right, for real, because
By definition, people can't even comprehend like how advanced this stuff is. It's crazy. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel enlightened, for real.
Well, thank you, man.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. What's your name, if you don't mind?
Miget.
Miget?
Yeah.
Are you Canadian?
No, Dutch.
Dutch?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're here to visit?
Yeah.
So what do you think about Canada so far?
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
You came to Ottawa first?
Are you filming now
I'm
already?
filming.
No, I've been to Vancouver as well.
Oh, you've been to Vancouver?
Yeah.
So what's your overview about Canada in general?
Spacious
Yeah, really spacious.
and a variety of nature.
Right, that's true, that's
Yeah, it can be very cold. It can be
Yeah.
like this weather.
true. Right, yeah, the weather is great
So,
for now.
yeah, and the food is good. People are nice, and I see also the other side of Canada, the poverty in the big cities. Yesterday I was in Montreal and I really loved it. So
Okay.
yeah.
So recently I've been moving around Canada
Yeah.
and I made a video and so many people commented like, everyone is leaving Canada. Why are you there? Why are you going to Canada? Like, people are saying Canada, it's so hard in Canada, the living cost, it's so expensive. So you've been here for like a little while now?
A week, yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
So what's your view about the living cost, the expenses?
Yeah, in comparison to the Netherlands, it's quite expensive, but in comparison to America, it's a bit cheaper. But I think to buy food is hard for a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah. I've been to some supermarkets, and yeah, the quality is good, but it's if you want good quality, you have to pay for it, and it's quite expensive. Yeah, I was actually in shock.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because
So-
of the tax and so much more.
Exactly. So I think the division, the polarization will become larger here as well.
Oh, yeah. In general, would you recommend Canada to someone? Like if you have friends in the Netherlands or in the United States or in any other country, would you recommend that they can come here maybe for a visit or
Yeah.
to move here permanently?
Yeah, for a visit definitely. To move it depends on what your plans are. I would recommend to visit Canada definitely for as tourist.
Right.
Definitely for working, I wouldn't know because it depends on if you can find a job.
That's right,
And
that's
I think
right.
it's quite hard to find a job because I hear a lot of young people who say they have 2 jobs, 3
Right.
jobs
Here in
sometimes
Canada.
at the same time. Yeah, but if you like music, because I was watching Oscar Peterson,
Yeah.
and you like jazz,
Yeah.
please come over
Of course.
and make some music.
Definitely. So do you have any
Yeah.
friends here in Canada?
Yeah, because I have my friends at the embassy.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so what's their own impression about living in Canada in general?
I think they like it very much, and yeah, they are like-minded with the Canadian culture is like-minded with our culture. I think,
Right.
like the values and what we think is important. But there
Right.
are also, of course, differences. Like any culture has its own
Correct.
particularities.
That's correct. And so many people have been complaining about, like, if you check online, you will see so many people complaining about the immigration to Canada. What do you think about it? Do you think it's
I
okay or it's
I think there's enough space in Canada.
right?
I think there are not that many people living in Canada,
Yeah.
so there should be enough space. But it's an issue everywhere at the moment.
That's
So
true.
I don't think it's a world problem.
Yeah,
So
it's a
not
global
only
problem.
For,
Yeah.
it's a global problem. So yeah.
Right.
You never know where you will be born
That's true.
and what your financial position is. So you
Exactly.
should be human. Show solidarity to other people.
Definitely.
Because one day you're rich and the other day there can be war
Exactly.
and you can lose everything. So
True. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so
Okay.
much for your wonderful advice.
okay.
Means a lot.
See you. What's your name?
Willem on YouTube. You can
Okay.
check Willem Business and Lifestyle on
Okay.
YouTube.
Have a good life, Willem.
Thank you
I
so
wish you
much.
the best.
Better one for you.
Okay. And come,
Bye-bye.
come visit the Netherlands once.
Of course, I hope so too.
Okay.
Bye bye. So guys, You heard her. That's her own point of view about, of course, living in Canada or visiting Canada. There's so many different points of view, but I loved her advice about just understanding humanity. It's great, it's amazing. At the end of the day, we just have to show the world what we want the world to show back to us. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course, stay tuned. Remember, this is William. See you next time.